Now let's move to the next question. And I think this is one of the very important question also. So here we go. How can we make our teaching community upskill and feel secured at the same time?
Okay. That's an interesting question because generally we perceive it in such a way that we think being upskilled is a good way to feel secured. But
Hmm.
sometimes what happens to teachers is, especially in case of these technological advancements, when you just educate them, when you just inform them this particular technology is available and show them all the possibilities just like that, it is going to intimidate them instead of helping them. So I think people who train the teachers, people who help the teachers upskill, should rise from the teaching community. So if you are upskilling a teacher on AI and you are already from the teaching community, you can do this upskilling, help this upskilling in such a way that you are doing this in the context of teaching.
Yeah.
So how this should be used in the teaching and how students can be benefited. Otherwise, if another industry specialist is coming and helping teachers to upskill, yeah, they get a lot of information, they get a lot of specific information, they get some polished information, but they are just going to, okay, I know all these things now. Uh, Now what shall I do?
Yeah. How to
If you just educate a teacher about AI and say AI can teach, the teacher is going to feel like, okay, AI can teach. So this means that that's a blunt statement that it's going to fully take away all the teaching jobs.
absolutely.
In fact, if the person who helps to upskill in AI is from the teaching industry like you can help the teacher tell that, see, this is a AI is a technology, there are tools, there are systems. Now this can be used to enhance your teaching effectiveness in such way you can convert. I always when I attend your webinars and all, you always clearly mention about the demos and everything. So instead of just, so you taught the tool and you showed them the benefit of the tool to themselves and the students.
Yeah.
this
That's
will- yeah, this will make them feel okay. Yes, I'm empowered now. Now I can go and apply this. Now applying that is up to them, and that is the that is the beauty of an uncertainty. Each teacher applies the tools in different ways.
no, I agree, Vaishak, because I'll tell you, when I learned about AI, right? I didn't learn it from teacher. Okay, I
Yes,
learned the industry expert or maybe from a different background, but those were not teachers. So yes, they taught me, they aware me with prompt engineering. They told me these are the AI tools, even some AI tools specially for education, but they were not able to describe it with the context of learning. I mean,
yes,
what kind of prompt can actually, help you make your lessons easy? Even though they are describing, that quality won't come until a teacher who has already done it will be able to describe it. So I agree to you that teacher shouldn't be only get the awareness about it, but also the context and a clarity on how they should execute so that they feel, secure about it. So yeah.
because after all, whatever upskilling the teachers get, it is going to be applied to another community, not
Yeah.
their own. Yeah, it is their own work, but that work is related to living human beings who are mostly under 18 years old or maybe more than that, but still who are mostly children or students. So yeah, so there, what you said, that you should keep that in mind and upskill the teachers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, speaking about that, I was always thinking you come from a conventional academic background. both in case of the uh, subject matter knowledge and the bachelor of education. That educational background also is conventional for you. From there, you have reached to the AI scenario, and now you are going through that also. So, what do you think? Like, what skills, human skills, the teaching skills, will be unmatched by the this is related to something that we already talked about, but what human skills will be unmatched by the tool called AI that will be used for teaching? I always like to term it as AI used to teach, not AI for teaching.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What are the skills that will be unmatched, are still unmatched?
Yes, Vishal, this is a very good question, and teacher should, you know this, that definitely one thing is for sure, AI is not going to replace, as we always say that. At the same time, the skills set that the teacher or the human have that AI can never get, right? The human feeling, the connection that the humans are making with the student, AI can never make. See, when we say AI, we are so far we have discussed about the tools. But with you, I get to know there is a AI clone also a possibility, right? So even though they come into existence, right? It totally depends on what the human teacher has trained that clone, AI clone to. So even though they will also, let's suppose, teach and conduct classes, they cannot go to a certain after a certain level because ultimately they are also trained. So that is still going to be uh, led by the human teacher, right? So AI can never match the human perception, the human connection that is still needed to be there with the student so that the student can still love learning. Because Vashak, as we are moving, right, we see the students' information is everywhere. It's not like they are not like I remember during my time, I never got the online teaching exposure. I didn't have the option to choose teacher, right? Now students have option to choose any teacher they want. So they are not choosing only the information that they are getting. They are choosing that human touch point, whether the teacher is able to connect with the student, understand the student, and become the friend of the student. And this thing will never be, taken by AI or any computer in the near future. So I think this is something will still be there no matter how advanced we will go towards.
And I think just to add to that, the ownership also.
Yeah, the
Like, humans have responsibility and they can take ownership.
yeah,
So an
absolutely.
AI system, we can emulate the responsibility and ownership, but it actually does not take up the ownership to its actions. So we agree it or not, there is human in loop in one or the other way.
All right, Ashak. So we are moving to the last question, and this is going to be one of the most important question of our podcast. So here we go. If you had to mentor a teacher who feels overwhelmed by AI, what three practical steps would you ask them to take this month?
Okay, okay, that's interesting. So mostly I am just assuming that this teacher is already aware of AI, might have used generic tools like ChatGPT, Gemini. Also, nowadays teachers are aware about the term prompt engineering, sometimes context engineering. Now, the best way to feel secured about your mastery in a technology is to actually use it. So you can use three study projects for yourself, three experimental projects for yourself. One, nowadays, as I told you, there are good, economical, easily available, easily accessible video creation tools.
Mhm.
So choose one topic that is difficult to teach and create good educational videos using tools like Gemini Omni, or Hagen, or whatever video tools that you are familiar with. Create using your usual prompt engineering or context engineering, usual prompting. Now, the benefit is, unlike the image creation or the usual chat with GPT and all, with video creation, you have a limit. So
Yeah,
you will create good experimental content, and since your prompts are limited, you will slowly excel in your prompt engineering the hard way.
that's correct.
Second thing is, for example, you can create applications and tools like simulations using the AI for one of your topics that you choose. Again,
Yeah.
this is an experimental project. You will realize that here coding is not the important thing.
Yeah.
Your clarity and the context awareness and how well you understand your students is the key here. Now,
Yeah.
if you are coming from a subject where this is not so important, simulations are not so important, you can also recreate a part of the history.
Yeah. That's
English of it, or if this is not about video creation, you can actually create a part of the history, what happened during this particular time, something that humanity did not witness, but we can actually recreate it.
yeah.
You refer books, for example, the dinosaur,
Yeah.
extinction, and the if you're from a humanities or the language subject, you can actually create the video depictions of the literature that you're teaching and everything. Video and audio depiction. You know, you're actually recreating something that you learned previously and that you're going to teach.
Yes.
Final thing, as I told you, not only in teaching, creating AI clones is a interesting thing. You can
Yeah.
experiment in creating your own AI clone. So how to do that? Just create a custom GPT. AI clone can be as simple as a custom GPT. Just create a custom GPT, talking to it, train it to give answers like you, in your tone, in your rigor of responses, in the way in which you would respond to your students. See how it responds. So these three exercises will actually test your understanding of your subject, your awareness about your students. That way, effectively using it to a fruitful thing, you can actually learn. And one fourth thing also I would like to mention, something that like we always, when we say about education, we always speak about marks related education, science, or academic. Education is beyond that. If you are interested in democratic civic sense education, you can create if you go to Meta, Instagram and all, you can create an AI. You can simply create an AI that can only speak about the Indian constitution,
Right. That's
just to
correct.
create awareness among people. Evolution, I am from a physics background, but I am interested about, excited about evolution. I can create a AI model for that. So these steps, really integrating it into your life and your passion of teaching, can actually test your own rigor, and it will help you master this.
That's correct. And then there is also one thing, Vaishak, in order to learn, I mean, obviously they need to learn these aspects. They need to
Yes,
right person also who can actually guide them, because there are so many tools, and which one to choose is also a very important task, right?
absolutely
You can't go and learn everything, and that is
true.
even required. So
Because, like you said, the tool that is a superstar tool today
yeah,
might an AI tool that is superstar today might be obsolete tomorrow.
that's correct. Yeah.
So Yeah, absolutely. We need a clear guidance and mentorship for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So with this, we are done with the last question of our podcast, Vishak. Now let's move to the fun part of it, wherein you haven't disclosed your um, uh, rapid fire questions to me. So,
I'm coming to you.
all right. So I'll go first with it, and you don't have to take time to answer it. Okay, you just have to tell it quickly, either of the two, which one you go for. And it's not always either of the two, but yeah. Okay, so one AI tool every teacher should try.
Notebook LM. Because even students can try that.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed. Okay, one AI myth teachers should stop believing.
AI will take away teaching jobs.
Mhm.
And when I say that, I'm not saying AI will not take away teaching roles. It will take away teaching roles, but we should be smart enough to evolve or create AI models.
Yes, that's correct. Okay. One skill every teacher should learn before 2030.
Sorry, one skill I just couldn't
Every,
listen to that part.
yeah, every teacher should learn before 2030.
Okay, it is context engineering. Many people are behind prompting and prompt engineering. Context engineering is, I know people are aware about that, but like prompt engineering got obsolete, context engineering is not going to be obsolete. It is very
Hmm.
important. It will test your understanding about AI as well as your subject.
Right. Okay. That's great. Okay. One piece of advice for teachers preparing for the future.
Be ready to update, be ready to upskill, and these two are commonly known format answers, but be ready to evolve also. Your
Yeah.
teaching goal should evolve. Uh, the the part of teaching that you love need not be always relevant. So understand about the industry very, very well.
Absolutely. All right. With this, I am done with my rapid fire. Over to you, Vaishak.
Yeah. Asta, now it's my turn to ask you the rapid fire questions. Honestly, even though you had given me the rapid fire questions, I did not refer it much, so it was fun again for me.
Yeah.
I just wanted to keep that uncertainty or that novelty. So for me, you are involved in many things that I'm less familiar about, so I'm more curious to know about those things. So the first question is about the demo classes. What is the common mistake that you see in the demo classes that teachers take?
So, when it comes to demo, many teachers think parent interaction is not an important part. Okay,
Okay.
I believe whenever I give a flow to any teacher in any writing also, I strongly believe that parents' involvement matters and how the teacher should communicate with the parent matters because ultimately they are going to be the decision maker. So the common mistake I would say is teacher not able to communicate properly to the parent about the demo that happened, about the feedback that they observed for their student, and the action step. I mean, what next? After demo, what is coming to next? Parent will always trust teacher more on these terms rather than any other person. And second thing, the way they should start. See, everyone is doing rapport building. That's a good thing. We have to connect first and then move ahead. But the teaching also includes certain, so it should always start with an entry ticket. Okay. This is an international terminology, but it is basically checking a pre-knowledge of the child.
Asa, I think your voice just you know got, so that term can you just once again?
Yeah. Entry ticket, Vaishak.
Great, great, yes.
What is that? Basically, the pre-knowledge. Okay. And I think whenever you used to teach or I used to teach, I want to know where the child stands with the topic for me to know the gap area and then based on that, teach that gap area. And always end it with an exit ticket too, so that you know what is exit ticket now. Checking the retention of your student. Whatever you taught, how much the child is able to retain. So very limited teachers I have seen who follow this flow. Either they miss out on entry ticket or they miss out on exit ticket. But if you club all of these, no, it is a very good flow, and you will, in that 1 hour of session, know pretty more about your student than you could without doing this.
Great. A conventional teacher is invited to the startup environment. How well or what all things that teacher should be prepared?
Um, in terms of teaching, like
Not only teaching, all the aspects of it.
so
It need not be a work from home job. That is not the thrust of it. It's a startup environment, and this person is coming from a conventional school environment.
okay, so the teacher needs to be ready with sorry to interrupt, Vishak. So when you say you mean so a teacher coming from an school environment and then moving to a startup, but that is on offline job only, not work from home.
Yes, work from offline job only.
Okay, so first, apart from teaching, there are other areas that the teacher is going to contribute, like content development, or I would say curriculum development, Vishak. Another thing that only a teacher can do is quality check. We call it as QC, right? Which is also a very important aspect. Yes, AI can do it for you, but AI cannot identify exactly or give that feedback to the teacher exactly the way a human teacher would do. And then there is one more thing, that is training, apart from the normal teaching. So these are the three non-conventional things in a startup which is required when you start building things. This teacher can add to.
Great. No, this is very interesting. Uh, Many people think, especially teachers think, work from home is easy. What do you have to tell those teachers?
It's a very good question, and yes, it is. Everyone think, okay, you're just sitting, you don't have to stand, don't have to communicate so easy. But trust me, Vishak, it has its own challenge because you're teaching in a virtual setup. So it becomes very difficult to connect and create that bond with your student, unlike you do when you're actually in person with them. So that is why it becomes very essential for a teacher to learn techniques of building rapport, connecting with the student, engaging the session, and have a pretty good lesson delivery. A teacher who is not continuously upgrading in an online setup can become irrelevant because the competition is so high. The student has so many options available in the same organization also. So I feel it's a continuous learning job, unlike your school teaching job. So it is challenging in its own way.
Absolutely. No, yes, because it's very important because people just think it as a shortcut or it's an easy thing to do, work from home. It has
Yeah,
its own, you should be prepared. I always say you should exercise well. I
yeah.
mean, that might seem to be a very, disconnected thing, no, but this is, it will start affecting if you have been going to office or staff room or school for a few years. All of a sudden, if you start sitting at home and teach, you need to take care of your body very well.
And one more thing I want to add, since you have pointed out, many teacher I see take it as a side income. But trust me, Vishak,
Yes,
non-serious, but teaching is a very serious commitment, be it online or be it offline. You're still teaching student, you're still shaping mind. You cannot think it of earning well. So I keep coming across these reels. Oh, I'll tell you, or I will teach you how you can earn a lot by just working from home, doing online teaching. And I'm like, shit, why you are actually, and these people are making it sound more non-serious job, and it's a nonsense to me for sure, because it's a more serious commitment. If and someone who is not serious about teaching and only want to make money should not enter this market as well, because they are going to play with the life of a lot of students who will be learning from them.
One hard thing that I have realized recently is teachers are, of all the other professional communities, teachers are, especially after AI, very very unaware of good resume practices.
That's
What do you have to tell them, especially like this ATS friendly resume, those things?
So this is also something I keep coming across, Vishak. Whenever teacher reached out to me for hiring roles, also like, ma'am, can you refer me, or I want to learn this. I ask them to share their, and then every time I see any Vishak, I see that a lot of things are missed out. But the most important part, as you mentioned, because they're not aware how a resume should look like, the awareness is still missing, and I think they really need guidance, and there has to be people who should conduct some kind of guidance workshops for them. There are AI tools also that exist. Resume Worded is one AI tool, Tasha. You just have to give the prompt, upload your profile, and it will build it for you. But again, the prompt, that the context needs to be very to the point so that they can build. Now, this is again something teachers are missing out of. They're still just writing their qualification, year of experience. Sometimes timelines are messed up. So I agree. I mean, I think the way of handling it to create awareness, speaking about it, and it should be floated as a template for especially teacher resume.
Great. Because they are not, many of them are not aware that we need to customize it according to the JD, the job description, and everything. And you should have a default one other than that, and those kind of things.
Yeah.
Final thing, if you have the time and resources and everything to create a mobile application,
Okay.
what mobile application would you create for teachers as their mentor?
That's a very good question. Let me take 1 minute to think about it. So first, I actually think what are the challenges teachers are facing that application can solve for them. Okay. So one challenge we just discussed is resume. So it should
Okay.
begin and take them to an endpoint. So it should have. So I
Absolutely.
to integrate everything, like how they can begin their journey in an online teaching. So a bot that can actually help them know this part, a guidance, a proper mentorship there. Then I also want to include the right guidance. Like they shouldn't get scammed by going here and there and attending different training, right? And then obviously, what are the possibilities? And it should also about continuous upskilling, because anything can become irrelevant any point of time. So my
Absolutely.
app also be something which will always be in work in progress, I believe, Vishak, because anything can become anytime irrelevant with time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to say something to the viewers. Like, I have always thought we have podcasts in many topics. We have podcasts in which some episodes speak about edtechs and education, but we need podcast. I've always been thinking that we need podcasts, especially in India, exclusive to education and edtech, exclusive to edtech. So what you have here, Asta, that's why I said I don't want to be a guest. I want to co-host with you, uh, because that I am so happy to be part of an initiative that I wanted to see and which is there. And definitely, this is going to be, these episodes will be rewatched. I'm not only speaking to the current audience, I know that in future, people will come back to these videos, watching your other ventures and everything. So, to everyone, all the best, and
No, thank you so much, Vishak. It means a lot. And I'm so happy to co-host with you this episode because, really viewers need people like you to really know the right thing on AI and on every aspect. I'm glad we can, do this episode with so many information. I don't know if they're going to watch in one go the entire episode, but I'm sure wherever they stop, they will have something learned from. So that was it, guys. Thank you so much, viewers, for watching us. And see you all in the next podcast.